Hi basketball fans, welcome back to the channel. And if you love basketball, women, here is your best place to get more updates concerning women basketball. Now, because history might be repeating itself in stores and most of the NCAA hasn't noticed yet, UConn doesn't rebuild, they reload, and every few years a name appears that sounds unfamiliar until it's suddenly unavoidable. Gandy Malou Mamel is that name. Before we go any further, smash that like button, subscribe if you love women's basketball stories that go deeper than highlights, and comment below, do you think UConn has already found its next superstar? Because by the end of this video you'll understand why this isn't hype. This is a warning. UConn fans have seen this movie before. A player arrives quietly, not trending, not overexposed, not screaming for attention, and then one season later the entire sport is trying to catch up. Geno Auriemma has made a career out of this, identifying talent early, trusting development, and letting the system turn potential into dominance, and Gandy Malou Mamel fits that pattern almost too perfectly. Long, athletic, skilled, and unafraid of big stages. She's not coming in to be flashy, she's coming in to be effective, and that's what should scare everyone else. To understand why Mamel matters, you have to understand UConn's philosophy. They don't chase stars, they create them. They value IQ, versatility, discipline, and competitiveness over hype, and Mamel checks every one of those boxes. She brings international experience, which Geno has always valued because it forces players to think the game differently. Spacing, timing, reads, physicality, that's not taught, it's learned, and players who arrive with that foundation tend to adapt faster and grow quicker inside UConn's system. What makes this moment especially dangerous for the NCAA is timing. UConn isn't searching for an identity, they're refining one. This roster already understands expectations, already understands pressure, already understands what it means to play every night with a target on your back. Mamel doesn't have to carry the program, she gets to grow inside it, and that's when UConn players become lethal, because development at UConn isn't rushed, it's layered. First defense, then decision-making, then confidence, then freedom, and by the time the nation notices it's already too late. There's also something psychological happening here. Opponents don't just prepare for UConn's current stars, they prepare for the unknown, because every season there's someone new who steps up, someone who wasn't on the scouting report last year, someone who suddenly controls the game without forcing shots. Mamel has the tools to be that player, length that disrupts passing lanes, mobility that allows switching, and offensive patience that doesn't break under pressure. Those are Geno Auriemma traits, and he doesn't recruit them by accident. Look at history: Maya Moore, Brianna Stewart, Nafisa Collier, Paige Buchers. None of them were rushed, none of them were handed greatness. They earned it through repetition, accountability, and trust. And the reason UConn keeps producing elite players is because the environment doesn't change, the standard never drops, and when a player like Gandy Malou Mamel enters that environment, the question isn't if she'll impact the NCAA, it's when what's flying under the radar is how UConn is quietly stacking versatility, positionless basketball, length across the floor, players who can guard multiple spots, think the game at a high level, and punish mistakes without needing volume. That's modern basketball, and Geno has been ahead of that curve for decades. Mamel fits into that evolution seamlessly. She doesn't need plays called for her to matter, she'll matter by defending, rebounding, cutting, making the extra pass, and then one day she'll look up and realize she's controlling the game. This is how UConn breaks opponents mentally, because you prepare for the obvious threats and then someone else beats you, someone you weren't ready for, someone who doesn't look rushed or overwhelmed, someone who plays like they've been there before, and that's what Mamel represents: calm confidence built through structure and belief inside the locker room. This matters too. Young players feed off opportunity, but they also feed off clarity, knowing exactly what's expected, knowing that development is real and not just a promise. Mamel entering this program sends a message that UConn is still the place where players become their best versions, and that matters in recruiting, and confidence, and in culture. As the season progresses, don't be surprised if her minutes grow quietly, if her impact shows up first on defense, first on winning possessions, first in moments where the game needs control before it needs scoring. Those are the moments Geno trusts most, and trust is everything at UConn. Once a player earns it, the game opens up, and when that happens, the NCAA usually feels it a year too late. So when people ask who's next at UConn, pay attention to the names that aren't trending yet, the ones being developed, not promoted, the ones learning how to win before learning how to shine. Gandy Malou Mamel is on that path, and history says that path ends with the rest of the NCAA scrambling. If you enjoyed this breakdown, make sure you like the video, subscribe for more real women's basketball storytelling, and comment below, do you think Gandy Malou Mamel is UConn's next breakout star, or do you think the NCAA will adjust in time? Because one thing is certain: when UConn finds the right player early, the rest of the sport usually finds out the hard way.